Hey everybody, and welcome back to the On the Map Challenge on Alma, Missouri. Today is April 3rd, and planting has begun in year 5. As you can see, I'm in the Case Magnum, and I am putting some corn in the ground currently. This is a few days after we cleaned out the tree lines, so this field is it's combined all the way. There's no more trees. It's one giant field now, and so we are putting corn back in it this year, which is something we probably should not be doing, but this field did yield okay last year. There were some bad spots with corn, so this year we're going to try to fix the nitrogen and the soil counts, and we're going to put corn back in and see how it does. So we are trying something else new. We've never done this before, but we got the GPS running on the Magnum, and we are just planting away. We do already have some of the fields done. We did a few headlands, and now we're doing the rows. And so it's the end of April. We've already got all of our wheat drilled, and now we're doing corn. We're going to try to get this field and one more small field, that one over the dirt road right there. We're going to try to get those fields planted today, or tonight I should say. It's afternoon. And then tomorrow we're going to have to wake back up and finish the rest in May. And then in May we will also get all of our soybeans planted. And even though my truck is out there, I'm actually alone out here today. I drove the tractor down here, and then Todd drove my truck, and then Bill followed all of us in the side-by-side and came and got Todd. So for right now it's just me and the truck out here. Everybody's at the farm working, which does actually remind me there is something new on the farm for me to tell you guys about. We finally have a 4th employee working on the farm, and his name is Owen. He's a younger guy who is, I think he's just graduated out of college. He's originally from the Michigan area, so he's like I think he's a 3rd generation farmer. He lives about 20 minutes away from here, so he's gonna stop by the farm and we're gonna show him around, and he's gonna start working for us. I had already talked about some people who had been wanting to work on the farm with us, and so that was the guy who we thought was the most suitable. He's had some previous experience. He grew up on a farm, like I said, and he majored in the ag business in college. So he is going to be some great help on the farm. We've been needing a 4th person just for the little ins and out jobs, and that is actually pretty exciting. So maybe in the near future we will have a 5th employee. Right now it's just going to be me, Bill, Todd, and the new guy Owen. And in some other news, probably saw the few little puddles standing in the field. Tried my best to get as much ground planted as I could without running through them. Actually, there's a puddle down there in the little low spot. It's been kind of cool outside recently for April. We had some good showers come through the other day, and year 5 is starting off with a really nice planting season. This is going really smoothly. This Magnum always pulls this planter so good. I'm not sure what it is. I haven't really found another tractor that pulls this planter as good as this one does. So this is now our 2nd biggest field. We bought field 40, which is that really large grass field next to our farm. In the winter, looking at acres, that's our biggest field, and this is our 2nd biggest field. And I must say, this field just for some reason seems even bigger without the few trees that were right here. Actually, they were right here, just to the right of me. We got them all burned up, and we cleaned up the brush piles, like the ashes and the junk that was left. Then we brought I can't remember because Bill did most of it, but we tilled the ground up, and then I brought the cultivator and just kind of got rid of some of the clods and roots, and we did it to this field, which didn't take that long. But the other field we cleaned the tree lines on. It's just over the hill over there. It took a lot longer to get it all cleaned up. I was kind of surprised. And actually I can just come to the map and show you guys this field right here. You can see this is our 3rd biggest field now, or actually it might be our 4th because we have field 23 also, but it's just one super long straight field. You can see how crazy narrow and long this field is. It's almost from the railroad tracks up here to the dirt road, so it's super big. But I think as of the start of year 5 we own 400 or 500 acres. I'm not totally sure. I actually want to say it's like 430, but I really hope that's right. And this summer, if everything works out right, I'm even planning on buying some more fields. I just hope soybeans sell for as much as I hope they do, because that's the only grain we have left to sell. Which also got me thinking, that grass field field we just recently bought next to our farm. We have a lot of hay right now, but I almost wonder if I could sell a bunch of that grass. Like, we'll cut the hay, we'll rake it, we'll bale it, we might even throw the tedder on there. Now that begs another question that I have been honestly kind of debating. What if we decided to invest in a bale wrapper? Right now we don't really need one, but whenever we move into our new farm, which I'm hoping is going to be a beef feedlot or a large beef farm, we're going to need some silage, and we're probably going to be putting down some block silos or some stave silos, but I think a bale wrapper would be convenient and honestly kind of fun. We could bale some high moisture hay with a round or square baler, throw it in the wrapper, and have silage. And then if we had too much of it, we could even sell it, because those kind of bales sell for actually a lot more money than people would think. I mean, I don't know. It's a topic for another day, but honestly, a bale wrapper would not hurt. And you know, it'd be something new and something different because I don't really use them often. So now we are gonna refill the planter really quickly, and then we are gonna try to push to get this field done. Actually, I think the tender might be out of seed, so yeah, we're gonna get this field done. I'm gonna drive the truck back to the farm and put more pallets of seed on, and then we should be ready to rock and roll across the road to the next field. I would say we're about almost halfway, if not halfway done with this field, so it shouldn't take us too much longer to finish, but we only have 21 bushels of seed, about 50% of seed in the planter right now, so I guess we're just gonna do as much as we can. With that being said, I will catch up with you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so we are back at the farm getting more seed now. Already took the other 2 boxes that were on here off. They're sitting over there next to the shop, and we're just gonna set these up here like that. Then I'm gonna grab one more. We got some corn seed recently. I'm not sure when it was. I want to say it was about March, but we got about I think it was 7 or 8 pallets of this stuff. We've already been through 2, and then we just unloaded 2 more, so I guess we got 7. Now we have these 2 pallets and then what's left in the shop, so we might even end up needing to buy some more. I'm just gonna set this right there as well, and I think that's a job well done. I'm just gonna set this skid steer back in here because we're gonna need it in a little bit anyways when we load more. We also have to figure out what we're gonna do with the used pallets. Usually we just kind of keep them for different seeds, but I think we need to start like getting rid of them because we have a pile up at the house that we just don't use anymore. So that should be enough for now. Also, I got the grass cut yesterday. I think it looks a whole lot better. We've still been using that same lawnmower, the John Deere, the small one. I'm looking at like a 0-turn mower. We might need one eventually, but for right now that old lawnmower works perfect for us. But you know, like I said, I don't think a 0-turn would really hurt either. Just thought I should update you guys because I tend to neglect the grass. I don't know why that is, but I do. So hopefully we can get this back down to the field. We are almost done. Just before I parked the tractor and got into my truck, we went like 5 more passes down the field before we had to refill, and then we were gonna come right here, knock this field out, and that should be us done for the night. So I'm gonna jump in the tractor as soon as I get this all unfolded. We're gonna put more seed in it, and then it's gonna be right back to planting. And well, this field is looking great. Just look out through there at how much we've already planted. We've come a far ways on this. This should just about do it. As you can see, we are rounding this later part of the field up, or the back part I should say. GPS is running great on the planter, and we are just knocking it out. So before we finish this up, I'd also like to address something else. Something just came up on the used market like an hour ago in the game. And while we don't have a super long time to look at it before it either disappears or it gets sold or something happens to it, there is an older model John Deere self-propelled sprayer. Actually, I can just come in here and show it to you. It's this one right here. It's a 4710. I know we've been using the Best Way sprayer for a while, but that sprayer has a 100-foot boom on it, and we wouldn't have to worry about a tractor pulling it around. I know it might be too early to, you know, switch it around with our sprayer because the sprayer we have right now works perfectly fine. But I'm almost leaning to still have the pull behind sprayer and then also have the self-propelled, which I know it's kind of crazy to have both of them, but that 100-foot boom is absolutely massive. The only thing we really use the sprayer for for now anyway is herbicide, insecticide. We do a lot of our fertilizing with the spreader, so it's not a priority right now, but it's a great deal. It's a great old sprayer. I've been doing some investigating on it since it came to the used market, and I mean, there's not a lot wrong with it. It really does just seem like a great deal. I think we will just wait a little while longer to really look into it, but that's something else to think about. There's always chances of something else changing on the farm, new equipment coming up, new land, different problems. It's also the fact that I would not mind running a self-propelled sprayer at all. I mean, that's got to be so much fun, right? So with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna get this field cleaned up, and I'll see you all at the next field. Well, everybody, it is now May 1st. We are out here in this field right next to our farm, planting corn. We got all the fields planted last night over there at that big field. And by that, I do just mean, the big field we were working on, and then we got the one across the dirt road done. And so now we are getting this field done. This is one of our last fields of corn we're going to be planting, other than this field right across the path right here from us. Our new grass field is going in corn. But as I already talked about, we are probably going to be cutting the hay and baling that before we put any corn on it. So yeah, it has been a pretty busy morning on the farm. It is just a gorgeous day outside, and because the temperatures are so right, Bill is, I think he's cleaning off something right now, and he's going to take the 45-55 and the disc bind, and he's going to cut that field of alfalfa. We could wait just a little bit longer to cut it, but we have about a week that's sunny. It's going to be sunny for the next little bit. There are a few chances of rain later this week, but for the most part it's going to be sunny, and while we've got time, we might as well just cut it, so he's going to be doing that. I'm going to be finishing up planting. Then obviously we have a few smaller jobs to get to, but for the most part we're going to be stuck with corn planting for a little while. And also, speaking of tasks, Owen, the new guy on the farm, he has officially started working for us, and today he did his first task. Bill told him what to do, and he was told to go feed the cows. He jumped on the Massey, hooked up to the bell spike, and he went out there and gave the cows some bales. I'm not sure how many, but I know he must have done a good job, because Bill was real happy about it. So look at that, we've got a smaller job done. It means I didn't have to stop planting, or nobody had to stop doing anything to do that. It's nice having some more help around the farm. So then we're gonna drive down here and probably put some more seed in the planter, and this planter is making short work of this field. I love to see it. Yet again, this is day 3 of planting, and it has gone smooth as butter, and so I hope we can just keep this up, because it has been very nice, I will say. And we only have just about a few more passes on this field, and then we will be done with corn planting for the time being, and we'll actually come down here and get the rest of this that we haven't got yet. And I think that is that field done. So we're just gonna fold the planter back up and go park it for the little bit that we're not going to be using it, and then we'll have to get it back out whenever we plant this field right here in corn and all of our soybeans. And also, there's Bill right there, headed out to cut that field of alfalfa. Looks like he got the disc bind all pulled out and everything's all done, so that's awesome to see. We'll actually just leave this out because we're gonna pressure wash it off and clean it out and everything to be used again. But that is all the planting done so far. We do have more to do, like I said, and now it's time for our next task, which is going to be putting some herbicide on our wheat fields. But to get the sprayer out, we got to move this spreader first. We're just going to hook it up and pull it out of the way. I think just over here in the grass will be out of the way enough. That's probably good right there. But you guys probably remember whenever we put fertilizer on our wheat fields not too long ago. They've actually shot up quite fast, and now they've got some weeds in them, so we're gonna give a small application of herbicide. So we're gonna pull around to the shop and we're gonna mix some of this stuff up. Then I'm actually gonna unhook from the tender and hook up to the fertilizer tender so that we can have some more mixed in the tank in case we need to refill it. But we'll actually just probably fill that tank up with water and keep some of the chemicals on us. Has actually been a little while since we pulled this thing out, so we're just gonna back it up over here to where we can fill it up with water, and then we'll fill the sprayer up at the field, and then I will actually meet you guys down there. We are now at the field spraying herbicide. As you can see, it's actually a lot worse than I thought it was. The weeds on this field are crazy. Hopefully it's just going to be this field and the one across the tree line right here that are this bad, but I didn't actually expect the weeds to be this bad. As you can see though, they are better in some spots, and some spots they're worse, so this should do the trick. Hopefully we won't have to reapply before we harvest, but I mean the wheat is looking great. As you can see, it's nice and tall and thick. The stand looks pretty good too, so hey, I'm happy. I'm just a little surprised there's this many weeds on the field already, because we didn't really do a lot of shallow cultivation this year. We only really deep plowed, or we used the ripper, I guess, so not a lot of small cultivation, no. So maybe there's something I'm missing to why there's a lot of weeds, or could also just be a bad year. You never know. But like I said, this ought to do the trick. That is this field all done. We're gonna fold it up and head on to the next one. We didn't actually use as much herbicide as I thought we would on this field, so that has actually made me pretty happy. Owen is driving my truck behind us today, so he's gonna follow me on down to the next field. He has actually been kind of outdoing himself recently. He's been doing a lot of work on the farm. He's been doing pretty great. Sometimes even outperforms Bill. I mean, not actually yet, but he might one day. Just something to keep Bill on his toes, I hope. But yeah, this field down here does look just as bad as the other one. Well, maybe not as bad. I think this field might take up more herbicide because I mean I think it is a bigger field, so we'll just have to see whenever we get done. As for our other field, just over the railroad tracks, our largest field of wheat, actually, I think it does need it too. Maybe the weeds aren't as bad as this field, but we can't spray it right now because Bill is cutting the hay over there, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit till he gets done cutting the alfalfa, and then we'll head down there and we'll spray that field too. But I would almost consider it a miracle that we haven't had any rain like super recently, and we don't have any rain in the next little bit. I think I had mentioned something about it already, but it's clear skies for the next week. There are a few little chances, but we can cut hay, we can spray, and we can plant perfectly fine, and plenty of other things because we don't have to worry about getting rained out. And this should be this field done also. We used about the same amount of herbicide on both the fields. We used about 300 gallons, so we did that pretty good. I'd say that's a successful spraying mission. Now we're just gonna head back to the farm and put it up for a little while till we use it again, and then we'll fill the rest of what's in the tender and the sprayer. There's like 100 gallons left, so we'll fill the rest of it in here and we'll put the sprayer up, and then we'll get to whatever else we have to do today, and I will catch up with you guys then. Well, good morning everybody. It is now June 1st. It has been a little while since we last spoke, so we have done a lot of things on the farm. A few weeks ago we put herbicide on our cornfields that we planted, and since then we have done so much. So the first thing, we got this field over here all cut. We got the hay all raked up and baled, and this field is now corn. It's just now getting up out of the ground, but this whole field is corn now. And come on here on the map and show you just how big this field is, and then that field over there has also sprouted as well. But the big thing from this field, look how much hay we got off of it. We have this pile, I think there's about 4 or 5 of these this wagon right here, full loads sitting right here. And then check this out. There's so much hay sitting right here. It comes all the way down to here, and there's even some of our older alfalfa bales packed in here too. We were moving hay a lot last week, so yeah, that's been here for about a week now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to use most of this hay, but we're going to be selling some of that today, and that's actually that's the first thing we're going to be doing today. Hay prices are coming down, but it's still at $70 a bale or something like that. So yeah, we got 119 bales off of this field right here. Took us all day to cut it, and then a whole nother day to rake it up and to bale it. We put our new John Deere baler through a heck of a time getting all these bales up, and 119 from one field has got to be like a new record or something. So we're going to take these down to the bale sell point, see how much we can get for these, and then sometime today we probably need to cut our grass again because it is getting longer. And then we're going to start on soybeans. The planter and everything is all sitting out, as you probably saw, so we're ready to rock and roll at any time. This truck also pulls these wagons so much better. It is very nice to have a brand new truck on the farm. So that's about 10,000. I never exactly looked at the amount we had in our bank before we sold those bales, but that seems like a good little cash increase. Oh, now we gotta wait on the train before we head back. And also at some point we do need to get to selling our soybeans from last year. Not totally sure what the price is right now, but they are definitely going up at the start of June. There might even be a great demand right now. I'll check whenever we get back to the farm, but hopefully they're selling for a lot this year. I know usually they do. I think last year they were selling for like $86 a bushel or something like that. Just absolutely crazy. I forgot to check earlier, so it's a good idea to go ahead and check now. So yeah, the train is sitting at $86 right now. Normal commodity price peaks at $76 this year, so we are $10 over. So yeah, we need to we're gonna wait on this great demand to get as high as it will get, and as soon as it starts falling down, we'll have everything ready and loaded to head off to the elevator. We're selling these hay bales and selling our soybeans and everything because we have to make a few smaller buys before we can start harvest this year. Two very large ones are like a new grain head for our new combine, and then a semi trailer for our truck. And then, you know, there's plenty of other things we could save up for or keep some money on us for, like upgrades and repairs, and even if a new field or something like that comes around, something in the used market, we'll have money to buy it. Looks like another 12,000, so not half bad loads at all. I'll take it. We might try to get to 100,000. I don't know if that's possible with what we have sitting in the little pile. We also have like 160 bales sitting up against the Quonset, so we might have to sell some of those also. Or we could leave all of them there and we'd never have to cut a field of hay again for the rest of our life. But I'll probably just end up selling what's in the pile over here next to the shop. This should be our last load unless we have to get the skid steer out and put one in the bed of the truck. Well, it looks like it was the perfect amount. Now we're going to sell this load and I think we'll be good. Come back, put this wagon up, and start on soybeans. Also, I think Bill is going to get ready to put some more fertilizer on our cornfields. Our corn is doing really good this year. The stand is doing great. It's popping up fast and it looks all healthy, so now we're going to shoot some fertilizer on it and help it grow, because I don't even know the last time it's popped out of the ground as fast as it has this year. So we could be looking at harvest in September instead of like October. And so yep, another 12,000. We made about what, almost 40,000 from 3 loads of hay. So I will take that any day of the week. So we're gonna unhook this, hook up to the seed tender. Todd's gonna follow me out to the field, and we're gonna get started planting some soybeans. So I'll see you guys at the field. Okay, so we are now planting soybeans, and we are in one of our newer fields that we have combined recently. It doesn't even really look like it, but as you know, we took out this tree line right about in here, and this field just looks totally different. Definitely a lot bigger without this that little tree line that was in right here. And so this is the first field of soybeans we are planting. We've already done this little section over here, so we are actually making pretty good time on this field. I'll actually quickly come on the map and show you all the crops that we are doing in our fields this year. Corn is going in this field and this one, and then these 3 down here. This field we're in right now is going in soybeans along with 35 and 23, and then fields 38, 26, and 27, these 3 are in wheat, along with some smaller fields like 37 being alfalfa. But that is the crop types going in the fields this year. We are doing a lot of corn this year. Actually, I think this is our biggest year for corn. I don't think we've ever done this much corn in a year. And to compensate for that, we are putting up a new bin in just about a month. Already called the guys, so in about mid-July we're going to have a 12,000 bushel bin put up, I believe. So that is also something really cool coming soon. But so we're going to go ahead and get this field finished up and then head over to the next 2. Hopefully we can get all our soybeans planted today. I know that we do have some big fields to plant, but this planter really does just get the job done super fast. So I'm going to knock this field out and I will catch up with you guys whenever we are done. So we've got that field finished now. We have 2 more soybean fields to hit, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to be done with planting this year. We have a lot planned out ahead of us. This year is going to be a very, very busy summer. Tomorrow we are probably going to wake up and sell our soybeans off, hoping that the great demand keeps climbing up. It still looks very good right now. I actually think it just might have broke $87 a bushel. So yeah, like I said, lots of stuff coming. It's going to be a great summer for us, but I think I am going to end this one here, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.